What, market wise or?
Yeah, like how are you playing this, man? This is the listeners are gonna be like, Willie, what am I doing, man? Am I smash buying
But
or
I mean, I have a lot of people that ask me, what's my plan for the top of the bull market? Because they're used to nuclear winters, right? 4 year cycles. And like my plan is always in operation, which is to take money to cash consistently. So I have because I don't believe in bull bear 4 year cycles and nuclear winters. I think we're just doing more of the same. This is the second time we've gone up and we've retraced more than 50%, and then we're going up, and they're just choppy. It's just choppy times, and so you don't want to be overexposed. You don't want to be all in. You don't want to be all in and then on leverage, because when it pulls back 50%, you're going to be freaking out. And there's a thing about freaking out is the most tragic thing about freaking out is not the pain of freaking out, but the loss of your IQ. When you're freaking out, you don't think straight, and you do the stupidest things like sell the absolute bottom, because now you've got to cover the pain you're under and the sleepless nights because you were overexposed. Um, so really, it's always like I've always got a chunk in cash, even though maxis, like us, I'm also could consider myself a maxi when I talk about Bitcoin as a monetary standard. But us maxis like to think all in and never hold that dirty sinking fiat. But I'm just practical. It's like I'm gonna have this percent. I think it's like, well, my minimum is always have 10% in cash, and that 10% in cash, I know that that's self-preservation of my ability to think, right? So that's my strategy is to have between 10 to 20. I probably want to ramp it even 20 to 30%, maybe even 40% in cash as we go into this year. We can currently yield on cash, and we can beat the monetary dilution that the Fed's printing. So I'm looking for high yield on USD, and honestly, that's better than real estate, real estate growth. So my thing is now to go like two liquid buckets. One is, crypto, Bitcoin, predominantly. Actually, the only thing I hodl is Bitcoin. And then I have stable coins that are yielding. And then I have this speculative thing called a exchange account, which holds any number of shit coins and trades or leverage instruments, and that's my exposure to the exotic stuff, including altcoins. If I ever buy Ethereum, I'm only buying it on the exchange. Maybe that's wrong.
you're not cold storage it?
I never cold storage unless it's like I'm playing DeFi. Then you have to use that Ethereum network's gonna take me to the cleaners every time I click some MetaMask wallet. It's like it's like $200 per transaction, doing some weird thing, some very interesting, innovative smart contract. No, I mean it too. It's like it's cool experiments, but God, it's you got to be trading like a lot of money before that gas fee is worth it compared to like doing something on the exchanges. So yeah, so that's how I'm playing it. I'm putting more into cash, sort of, because I don't see us like being so cyclical and so easy to read these cycles. Like, who read the top? Who read 69,000 said we're going to go to 32.9 in the next few months?
We were going to 100,
right?
dude. We were going to 100.
Yeah, like I think just as like it's not. I'm not timing it as much, even though I time it in the exotic exchange basket. I'm just like, yeah, up the cash, sit on yield, and let's be honest, like Bitcoin's not like doing a 2015 to 2017 ever again. That was 133x. Like the only way it's going to do that is the Armageddon, financial Armageddon, where you don't even care what the US dollar is worth because it's hyperinflated away, and I don't think that's going to happen. I'm thinking longer term. Like, here's my cash exposure. Here's my, investments in companies. Here's my house. Here's Bitcoin. Here's cash yield, and it's just sensible allocations. Sensible for me. It's probably a bit risk on for most people. I'm well overexposed to tech and Bitcoin, but it's at least it's not 100% Bitcoin, and I do want to go more sort of balanced. So yeah, that's how I see it. Like if like I looked at the stock to flow model, and the next 4 years, if it plays out and we're underperforming it, and I don't think it's going to hold because of this new flow coming in, that's about 100%, 110% annualized. And if you're in cash yield, you can get from 20 to 50% annualized. So US dollar's got its place, because if you're in cash yield, what's your maximum drawdown in any 1 month? It's positive. It's never a drawdown unless you get like unless your instrument is highly exotic and it breaks down, like you're yielding off a DeFi network that's like on Ethereum that just completely got hacked or something. We're coming to a point where Bitcoin's growth going from a $1 trillion asset class into 10 trillion, the rate at which it's going to go. If you're into exotic investments, which Bitcoin's kind of still in that basket, you can now sort of look into early stage VC, early stage seed and VC baskets that can reach that kind of performance. Back in the you see how the success of Coinbase floating for over $100 billion. That was an investment, was it in 2011, 2012 or something? The guys that invested in Coinbase did not outperform Bitcoin. Like, they would have got twice as much money if they just held their Bitcoin. And that was the most successful float we've seen so far of a Bitcoin-based or a crypto-based company. So it was always about just keep it in Bitcoin. But now we're in this phase where 110% annualized in an exotic instrument, you could do that from VC if you get the right bet. And it's an interesting time. I don't think we're in that era now where how we thought about it in 2012, 2013, 2014, where this thing, when it goes, it's life-changing money. It's just a very sensible investment. That's high volatility, it's high gain, and it certainly should be a part of most people's investment portfolio just to balance out the other things. But it's not a go to the moon vehicle, like $1 turns into a million. Those days are over for Bitcoin. Maybe if you got a punk and minted it for free and now it's multiple millions, that's your vehicle for that.